Hey YouTubies, I want to give you an update where Hidden Human Story is at. Right now, I've revamped all of my Hidden Human Story books to convert them over to KDP because Amazon shut down CreateSpace. I lost, as well as other authors lost, a lot of functionality from CreateSpace and had to redo graphics. And I basically decided to combine the majority of the books into the 5 different books that I now have available. The Hidden Human Story book has over 500 pages, and I basically combined many of the books into that book so that it is a complete study of the Cronides. A scaled down version is the book God Was a White Man from Crete, and I updated that to a certain degree, and that is a lesser read, slightly over 150 pages. I have released Sightings 411 to talk about the alleged alien phenomenon and how it connects into the Cronides. I've updated the Lovelock Cave mystery, and House of Zeus is written in a novel format, just as a different way to tell the story of the Cronides. So I have 5 books now in the series, and at one point I had 14. I also converted the new books to a KDP version for your Kindle. I'm not really thrilled about it. They basically cut back some of the transfer capability of a regular script to the KDP format on this new platform. So the presentation isn't as nice as it used to be. Right now, I don't have anything on the Nook, which is Barnes & Noble. You can still get the books on paperback format at the Barnes & Noble site. So that's where the books are. It's a much more manageable situation for me. I'm able to present things either as a quick read, a very intense read, or in a novel format for somebody that learns better that way. Also, it makes it easier for me to do revisions. So I'm not trying to go through 14 different books at this point. And it was really, quite honestly, time for an update on this material and to combine it. Because I've been doing this since 2010 and published in 2013 with the material. So it was time. Now, as far as the online presence, I am still trying to think that through. I was looking into Mighty Networks. I'm a little bit hesitant on that because it appears you have to put your real name and your information in to join the network. And it also opens up the possibility that people can contact other people in that network, which is something I am concerned about. We don't want people bugging other people, or there are people that would prefer to remain anonymous when they're looking at this material. So I have to rethink that. I'm very unhappy with the YouTube situation, and I'm not sure what to do. I had some very strange trolls over the years, people that were making it a point to make this their full-time job, to come on my channel and others like it and destroy it. And some of these people are very mentally unstable, and they're retired due to a disability or just retired, and they have all kind of time to sit their fat ass on my channel, pardon the language, and write all kind of crap all day and try and put strikes in on me. And one of these guys was a preacher up in Canada, and he kept coming back on after I would ban him with different names. It was a white guy, and he was pretending to be Native American, and he was just so stupid that he didn't realize that I could track him and find out all the other things he was writing to other people's channels, including mine. And he was admitting that he wasn't Native American and he was up in Canada under at least 5 different accounts. I think, in my opinion, he came on to my channel and other people's channels. I was able to track like 5 different troll accounts, and I'm pretty sure that they went back to him. And, you know, at one point, after all of the things he had done, and I told him, I tracked him down, he was sitting on my channel on my Lovelock Cave stuff and demanding that I explain to him where I got the information and trying to nitpick anything he could, pronunciation, whatever. This guy is a preacher, mind you, of Jesus Christ, and pretends to be spiritual and ministering to Native Americans or some sort of connection there. I find it incredibly insulting. And I did a DNA test and found out that I'm part Native American, mostly white. Yet this guy had the nerve to call me a racist and a white supremacist when I was looking into the Lovelock Cave situation and early migrations. He was one of the nastier ones. I had another guy that was Jewish, pretending to be Sammy, kept coming on to my channel, telling me to get my video down, and tracked him down, and there was a whole newspaper article about him. I don't want to even get into it because it's so crazy. But basically, I had something recently, and I'm not going to get into them, but it was a couple, and something they did I found bizarre, and I did a quick comment on it on my videos, and they came back and freaked out all over me and talked about getting children killed in the future. So that was kind of it for me. And they were trying to take my channel down, copyright strike me, whatever. And they watch what I do, as well as some of these other trolls. Now, I do think I have some people watching me, because we know what's going on, and we know that people are getting their channels taken down right and left. So I've had to scale back what I'm doing here. And because of all of these things going on and the sensitive nature of the material that I'm dealing with, and some of my goals to take care of things in a proper way in the future, I've had to rethink this whole online presence. And unfortunately, we are now in the age of censorship, and it's pretty much nothing new. When you challenge the status quo, the people that are benefiting from it are going to freak out the most, and they have the deep pockets to do what they need to do and hire an army of trolls, etc., etc. So you have to outsmart them, because in the end of it, truth wins out. It's going to take a while, but it will. And so basically, I'm rethinking this whole situation of how I'm going to present this material online so that people don't get completely bent out of shape. And I think what I'm going to do is create a movie that is for sale or rent that tells the story of the Cronides completely. And it would be in a documentary fashion. Obviously, my goal is eventually to get funding to tell it in the manner of a movie. But that's down the road. And I have other thoughts on how I'm going to take care of certain things. But I'm not going to reveal it, because the more information you reveal, it just gives your enemies ability to sabotage. And a perfect example of that is, Lovelock Cave had a handprint on the wall that was very large, and people went on their YouTube channel showing pictures of it and talking about it. And the next thing is somebody went in and rubbed that off the wall. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to reveal too much right now. So I need to start bringing in a little income to pay for the platforms and my research. Therefore, I will have a rentable for sale movie. I may even do t-shirts because everybody else is doing t-shirts. Why shouldn't I? Donation button is there, but nobody really seems to want to donate. I get it. Nobody has money. But I do want to keep something free up on the YouTube, and to get people some of the information without having to be censored and the possibility that your channel gets ripped down because some idiot troll is playing games. So it would be in a limited fashion. I also want to update everything based on everything I've learned, pronunciations, quality of equipment, quality of presentation, all of these things, because I've been doing this for a while, but I don't have deep pockets. I don't have a studio. I don't have a team. I'm doing this all by myself. I'm a one-woman shop, and there's a limit to what I can present. So when you guys come on and tell me, the mic sucks, or your camera work sucks, or you need to have this kind of a device so you can hold your camera steady when you're in the cave and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't have all the resources to do that. I'm doing the best I can, and you have to understand that I've presented material for free online specifically for this channel for almost 6 years. Doing it at my own cost, on my own time. So you have to understand that. And if you don't like it, put up $100,000 for me to make a documentary in a professional manner. Otherwise, just be quiet. Because it is what it is. So I am going to continue online. I think with this YouTube channel, it's going to have to be scaled down. It's going to have to be sanitized so that even though something might be a fair use explanation or a discussion, it is not worth bringing in someone who is attached to something that starts all kind of problems, and YouTube doesn't care about fair use. So either it's going to have to strictly be my material, my photographs, my artwork, my video with permission from wherever I'm filming or photographing. You have to have permission that you can publish this stuff. And that's going to be it. Or it's going to be something that's in the public domain or CC license, so I have the rights to show it. So I have to clean up everything. on this channel. I've been doing it online for my websites. That's going to be a lot of work. You have a little bit more leeway with the blogs, but YouTube and all of the social media is just ripping us up right and left. And some of it I can understand. There's a lot of clowns out there that were making conspiracy videos, and people are now in court because of certain things, like i.e. Alex Jones, Sandy Hook situation, and the fake news, and on and on and on. So I get that, you know, they have to do something because of what the election, and everybody's screaming about Russian interference, but unfortunately it's filtering down to people like me as well, who are just interested in archaeology, ancient history, and alternative explanations, and just learning about things. No harm intended, but like I said, those that benefit from controlling history are going to scream the most and plot to take you down. So I will be cleaning up this channel. I am thinking of some creative ways to bring in some income, because pretty much everything has been demonetized. And to keep it up, keep the channel up with a certain amount of information that is not going to get me copyright striked or inappropriate striked or taken down. I may even shut off comments. I'm definitely going to get rid of troll comments. I've had enough. I've let people say a lot on here because I don't want to be a censorship type person. I've even let people say the C word. They've called me the C word, the B word, all kind of crazy stuff. But, you know, at this point, this is my platform, and you don't get to come on here and crap all over my site. That's over. So, unfortunately, that's the times we live in. People can't behave. And in real life, you probably wouldn't do that stuff because it would lead to a physical altercation and the police called when you start mouthing off like that to a person, the way that you do on my channel and others. So that stuff's over, and I'll be cleaning it up. Some of these people that came on, like I said, they were banned, and they would keep coming back on with different names. I think even the one guy was pretending to be a woman, talking to himself in a certain language on my site. And I don't want to say too much, because the more that you give to these trolls, it feeds them and gives them a platform to have as they hijack your platform. And that's what it is, hijacking. So that stuff is over. I will either shut comments off, completely clean it up. I don't want your crap on my site. You know, saying crazy crap. Just the last trolls and people, I don't even repeat what was said. It was just bat poop insane. And that is one reason I pulled most of my stuff down. I just had it. I've been dealing with these people online for 6 years, specifically for Hidden Human Story. Before that, my children's books. But which, by the way, some of these creeps like to bring up my children's books and say something nasty. And you have to be a complete piece of crap, an absolute piece of crap, to bring up children in an argument to me and twist it and make rotten comments about children and children's books. You have to be an absolute piece of crap. There's something wrong with you. And so I'm just not going to deal with that anymore. Take yourself to an institution and get a straitjacket, because something's wrong with you. Really wrong with you. So that's over as well. So I'll be cleaning up completely online. I'll be revamping. I've learned a lot. Pronunciations have to be corrected. The equipment needed to be upgraded to have a better presentation. I'm going to remove anything that falls under fair use and strictly stick with my material or public domain or CC licensed, and that will be it. And there will be no further problems. Well, there'll always be a problem, but not to the degree. So that is where I'm at. Stick with me. It is going to be a long process, but in the end, it's going to come out a lot nicer. It's basically like we've gone through grammar school for the last 6 years. Now we're going to go to high school or college level with the material and presentation. So it's time. It's time. Thank you.